Neuroprosthetics and Neuromodulation. Neuromodulation is targeted therapy. It helps patients relieve pain or symptoms of their neurological diseases. Main applications of neuromodulation are neuroprosthetics therapy and neuroscience research. Neuroprosthetic devices are electronic devices which can provide links to the nervous system. By sending electrical pulses, they can restore various bodily functions. Neuroprosthetics has come a long way. It started in 300 BC when Italians created artificial links. And in the 2000s, we have started tremor control for Parkinson's disease. Types of neuroprosthetics are sensory, motor, and cognitive. Sensory neuroprosthetics collect information from the surrounding and send them to the brain. Motor neuroprosthetics collect information from the brain and perform the motor functions. And cognitive replaces a part of the brain that has been damaged. Some types of sensory processes are cochlear implants, retinal implants, and spinal cord stimulators. Cochlear implants. Cochlear implant is a neuroprosthetic for the inner ear. The implant is granted to people who have trouble hearing clearly. The external sound processor captures the sound. It sends the filtered sound to the sound processor. The sound processor converts the sound into digital info. The digital info is sent to the internal implant. The internal implant converts the digital info to electrical signals. The electrical signals are sent to electrodes that lie on the cochlea. The electrodes stimulate the hearing nerve, and the electrical signals produced bypass the deaf cells and are sent to the brain to process sound. Disadvantages. The disadvantages of the cochlear implant is that injury to the facial nerve may occur, dizziness or balance problem, and meningitis. The cost of a cochlear implant ranges about $30,000 to $50,000 without insurance. The device was approved by FDA for use in adults in 1996 and for children in 1997. Rush Limbaugh has gotten a cochlear implant. He was diagnosed with an autoimmune inner ear disorder, and he got a cochlear implant to act like his inner ear. Retinal implants. Retinal implants are inserted on the eye. It contains of a camera that captures the image, and it contains of a computer that detects that image and turns it into electrical signals. The computer sends those electrical signals to electrodes. The electrodes stimulate the ganglionic cells in the retina, which eventually leads to the vision being sent to the brain to process the image. The retinal implant contains of a camera and a computer that are both worn as glasses on the patient. Disadvantages. Argus 2 or the retinal implant may or may not be able to perceive color. The cost is very expensive and it may or may not be compensated with insurance. The cost for the retinal implant is about $150,000. It was FDA approved on February 14, 2013. Steve McMillan is one of the patients who has performed the retinal implant. McMillan lost his vision as an adult due to a rare retinal disorder known as retinitis pigmentosa. Spinal cord stimulation. Spinal cord stimulation was first used to relieve pain in 1967. Spinal cord stimulation is used to relieve pain from nerve damage in the lower body. A generator is implanted under the skin. Electrical pulse stimulates nerve fibers of the spinal cord. Pain is reduced because the pulse masks the pain signal reaching the brain. Disadvantages of the spinal cord stimulator are fluctuations in stimulation. Pain may not be resolved. Reactions to pressure, electromagnetic interference, and discomfort around the generator. The cost is about $32,000, and the annual maintenance is about $5,000 to $7,000. It was approved by the FDA in 1989. MNDrive, Minnesota's Discovery Research and Innovation Economy. MNDrive is a collaboration between the Minnesota State University and the Minnesota State. MNDrive contributes to research in many different aspects like robotics, global food, environment, brain conditions, and cancer. Research is critical to finding treatments and cures of various neurological disorders, and MNDrive is a great initiative of research. Thank you for listening.